weep, grana weepinity bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna be checking a look at the stuff and things I've found from the four corners of the Tinterweb, and there is an awful lot to get to today, so let's crack on.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today with a couple of sales that are happening around the Transformers world. First of all, In Demand Toys in the UK have got a pretty awesome sale on just toys in general, but if you take a deep dive in, you'll find some hidden Transformers within there as well. Everything from things like bots, bot shots, all these kind of things. Some of the more cheaper end of the Transformers as well, in all honesty, but there is a couple of like mini bots from Earthrise hidden in there as well. Also some Generation Selects, some mini figures as well, little key rings and stuff like that. Some of the better stuff, I would say, is already sold out, like that Soundwave, the J Balvin one. And then also there is this one as well. There is, if you take a look, ooh, Generation Select stuff hiding in there as well. Also, if you head over to Hasbro Pulse, then Hasbro Pulse has a Power Days sale event, and this is where you can spend £60. I'm not sure what that will be in dollary dues over in the USA, but then if you can spend over £60, then you get 40% off, and this is on almost the entirety of the Transformers line. There's also things like Hasbro Take on Hero Quest is also in this event. Lots and lots of different Hasbro stuff, so if you want 40% off your order, or if there's that bot that you've had your eye on for a while but you think, ooh, it's a little too pricey, get over to Hasbro Pulse now. Then moving over to DNA for the upgrade kit for the 86 Sludge. We've been talking a little bit about this, but we got some new pictures of how this will look on the bot itself, all the way from its flame that will spit out of its gob. This figure's still not available in the UK, unfortunately, but this is the best upgrade kit that we've ever seen. If you love the 86 movie, then you know why those googly eyes are so cool. You definitely need a Devastator to go along with it. Also fills in some of the gaps, gives him the sword, and also gives him this pretty cool looking shield. They've done interesting upgrade kits now for every single one of these 86 Dinobots, and this one, probably the best one they've done. Not sure if I'll pick it up, but I need to get this 86 Sludge. When's it coming to the UK? Jizzia Toys showed off a super deformed trailbreaker. The transformation here looks fairly simplistic. Obviously his head and his body are wheels and everything just comes in, but I do think that there is something super cute about that bot mode with its super massive head, chest, little arms and little legs. I think it's pretty cool looking. I would definitely buy this if Jizzia Toys ever released it. Next up, we move over to the world of TFC Toys. Remember that this bad boy is coming. This is their latest take on Optimus Prime with that awesome alt mode. This is the one that I think I'm going to pick up. I think I've put my pre-order in already. Rising Force over on Weibo showed off a few more pictures of their stunticons, certainly in their grayed out prototype mode. Look at that massive sword, all of them together looking pretty cool. I'm definitely more concerned about how they look in the bot mode. Someone who I like to talk about now and then on this channel is Printformers, and they shared a bit of a post saying that if all goes well, then printformers.com will open up this weekend. Yes, this weekend, the 4th of June. That should mean that it's open right now, and they have recognized some of the files for Prime version 3.0 will be online, and also the SLT files for the Turtle Prime. So if you didn't know, Printformers has been working on a crossover with the Turtles and Optimus Prime. Looks really cool. This is 3D printed stuff, so if you are interested in this, I highly recommend going and following the link that I have down in the bottom. That links to their Facebook. I will update that link to the .com if the .com is now up and available. I love what Printformers does, and I really, yet again, will say it, I need to buy a 3D printer. Few pre-orders now up for this, the translucent version of APC Dark Master. To you and me, that is the Prime Megatron. Now, I love this figure. It is one of my favorite Megatrons in my collection, and definitely my favorite take on a Prime Megatron ever. But I will say, I do worry a little about the tolerances this when it comes to the fact that it's a translucent figure. Translucent figures are not as strong as normal figures, and certainly when you're transforming this into the alt mode, I really hope that the translucent materials hold up to the tolerances, because it can be a little stiff at times when you transform this bad boy. But love this. If the translucent version is not for you, I highly recommend trying to pick up one of the other versions of this, because it is a thing of beauty. Looks like Mech Fans Toys, or whatever they're calling themselves this week, are going to be working on an Elita 1. Nice. Head sculpt looks beautiful. Let's see what happens in the future. Over in the world of the X-Transbots, Bombusby shared some pictures of Springer, aka Virtus, and we got to see the image on the box art, and now I can see that a few people are actually picking this dude up, because I've seen some photos up online on Weibo, on some other places as well, so we can see some close-up pictures of the bots themselves. I've not managed to see any reviews of this yet, so if anybody knows anybody that has reviewed this one, please put it down in the comments so that I can go and check this one out for myself. I don't watch too many reviews of things if I'm going to pick the figure up myself. I know I'm not picking this one up, so I am interested to see what the reviews are like because of the holdups, and I have to say, the quiet release the X-Transbots have done with this. Dr. Wu! Dr. Wu! So now we move over to Dr. Wu, and they are doing a pissy version of Blaster and a pissy Prime as well. So this is the ones that have been involved in the Golden Shower, aka the Golden Lagoon versions here. You also get a pissy roller as well, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Golden Lagoon, Golden Shower versions are not for me. If they're for you, maybe you're happy with what you can see on display now. Then we move over to Magic Square and their rather fetching robot mode version of Ironhide. I think this looks nice. He still looks like he's a little bit made out of marshmallow, I'll say, but I love the pose here. That super flying version that they have. I do wish they'd gone with the grey here on the arm mounted secondary weapon, because I believe it was like that in the cartoon, but I'm sure someone will correct me. Where it all falls down to me here is this. Oh dear, this alt mode. Oh no, 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 not at all. And from the back, look at the back of this figure. Doesn't it look like the saddest new member of the Thomas the Tank Engine family? I will say though, when you put all of the bot modes together, they do look pretty good, especially from a height comparison type thing. So they've done a great job there, but those alt modes, that alt mode especially, it's just not for me. Love me some New Age, definitely. Fans Hobby have been posting some of their new figures that are coming out along with their take on Overlord, aka Double Evil, and it looks like from the verbiage that came with this post is they're going to be re-releasing Double Evil. Nice. I don't own this figure, probably will pick this up as I am seemingly collecting all of the Super Guard Master Force series that Fans Hobby are releasing. Super 7 showed off this Dead Prime, which means we're going to get a recolor of probably this figure here. So these are Target exclusive figures, obviously inspired by the '86 movie. You get your Prime and your purple Megatron, but look at it. Do you want that sat on your shelf? Probably not. Speaking of things you may not want sat on your shelf, Symbiote Studios are doing a Transformers crossed with Catnip Bravo. I have no idea what Catnip Bravo is. I'll have to do some research to understand what it is. But to me, this looks like Optimus Prime with a mouth, which is always a no-no for me. And then also looks like from those red eyes, looks like Chronicmus Prime, right? Dopimus Prime. He's got into Grandma's Chronic and smoked the whole bone. Alright, nice. Not what I want on my shelf, though. Moving over to Instagram, and Evan Brooks, a designer for Hasbro, has shared a few more pictures of the 86 Gillette class RC and has gone into a little bit of the thought process behind it, the budget behind it, the changes they've made. And what he's saying is the figure is actually a partial of the Thrilling 30s RC, and it has no Earthrise parts present whatsoever, so that's pretty different to actually what I thought it was originally. So my bad there. It did look very, very similar to the version that we got. And he's saying that he had a limited budget for new parts. Shock, Hasbro didn't want to spend money and charge us more for something. What a shock. Ever feel like you've been cheated? So what they had to do was reach out to Takara and say they wanted to give the Earthrise RC look like an IT6 RC. How would the Takara team feel if they used the Thrilling 30s RC as the base? And that is what they did. What they've been able to do here is give it a little bit more engineering, but also give it some ab crunch. Nice. Ab day at the gym. I have to say, now that I understand maybe a little bit more about the differences here, I may actually now pick this figure up, which I guess is probably the reason that he's done this post, to maybe inspire a few more people to add this to their collection. Staying with Hasbro, and you can finally order Shattered Glass Blaster, which we've known about for what now seems like an eternity, over on Hasbro Pulse. Nice greys, purples. Really nice looking. This figure is a must and a definite pickup for me. Then finally, in the case of Transformers version of Wow, That Escalated Quickly, at the beginning of the week we got some images of what looked like an up and coming masterpiece take on JetFire, or whatever you want to call him, Skyfire, all the blurred images. Then usually it takes a while for us to see anything else, but magically, I think the same day, some prototype images started coming out, and we started to see that this figure was not very far away. It was actually being in pre-production, and the prototypes are there. We actually got to see it next to some other bots as well, so some other masterpiece scales, so we could really start to see and put the pieces together. This was definitely a real thing coming soon. We can see the size comparisons, and it was very, very interesting. Then, I believe the next day, we got some official product images straight from Takara, so the turnaround on this has been immensely quick, maybe because of leaked images and things like this, and this does look really good. I did say after Nightbird I was not going to be picking up any more Takara Masterpiece figures. However, I do think this one, maybe it's going to come with some little figures as well, which, let's hope, stay at this level of detail and are painted. One thing I will say, they have got these sizes down for their Masterpiece line. When you put all of these together, that looks phenomenal. Really, really good. Obviously comes with a different version of the heat as well, and all of these things, including that beautiful stand. And then Takara released this. They released a promo video for JetFire, Skyfire, whatever you want to call him, and that really did kind of light a fire under a lot of people, including myself, to say, looks good. Looks pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. I do love how they've used some of the classic images here from the few appearances he made in the G1 cartoon. I do like as well how they keep saying alternative mode, mistransformed mode. I know it's a callback to something else. I know. But still, you really push in the fact that, look, you can mistransform it and it still looks alright. Anyway, that is it from me today. Let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comments. Has JetFire now really reignited your passion for the MP line? I'm not sure if it's reignited mine, but it has really got me interested in that figure. Specifically, we are trying to push right now towards that 5k mark. I believe right now we're about 10 subscribes away from the 5k mark, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, now's your opportunity. And then as soon as we hit that 5k mark, we'll look at putting another live stream on, have a few beers and have a celebration. Alright team, whatever you're doing this weekend, have a lot of fun, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, in a bit. Bye.